Welcome back everybody to another camping with Tony and Bruno, who is in the truck. We've got to let Bruno out. We're at the beach. It's the first time Bruno's been here. He's probably going to have to go on the lead at first just because there's a field full of bulls right here. And he's never seen bulls before, but there's loads of them. I'll show you later. And they're going to freak out when they see him, so he's going to have to stay on his lead. So I'm going to put his lead on and then I'm going to clip him up behind the truck and then let him have his treat there so he'll be all chilled out. So let's get him out of the truck first. Hey Bruno. Okay, so here's Bruno. We're going to put him behind the truck and then we'll get him his treat. Okay, treat of water. Here Bruno, hang on, let's get your water. Alright, this is Bruno's water. And we'll get him his treat. He can hear the bulls, he's looking at them, but the treat hopefully will distract him. So, before I get it, well, let me get it for him. A treat. Can you sit? You can sit. Are you caught up? Hang on, get your leg caught. Hold on, hold on. You get all caught up, all tangled up and excited. Oh, here we go. Hang on. Alright, sit. Bruno, sit. Good boy. You sit pretty. Good boy. He's superb. Okay. So, as you know, or may not know, I've had the whole of the back of the truck done. It's a new rig, new canopy, specifically for camping. Got all my gear in. I'm still learning it. The fridge hasn't arrived yet. There's a temporary one here. But I'm going to give you a full rundown of the gear in the canopy later. First of all, we've got to get camp set up. Now, I've done snow camps, rain camps and everything in the last few videos. And to be honest, I want some nice weather. It is glorious. Bit of a breeze, beautiful calm sea. I couldn't be happier. So I'm not going to set up a tarp. I'm going to have my fire pit over here and I'm going to have the tent here, and I've bought the Nature Hike little portable, stretcher tent thing. So we'll get that set up. And then I need to get my solar blanket plugged in to keep the charge on the system. It's not critical, I've got so much battery power, it's unbelievable. Okay, so the tent is here. Now I can access the canopy from this side, the back, or the other side. Very simple. As you can see, it all opens up. So let's get this tent set up. This is the Nature Hike. I don't even know what it's called. I don't even think it's got a name. But I'll put it in the description. It's a stretcher tent, pretty simple to set up, but let's get that done. And you can see all the bulls over there. There are loads of them, and they're enormous. The last thing I want is Bruno going over there and getting bit. Okay, now sandflies are out, so let's spray on, if I've got some. There we go. People ask me, what are sandflies? They're just midges. Like mosquitoes. Okay. Some massive tent is because, well, I quite like this one. So I don't want it too close to the truck because I need room to guy it out. So probably about here. And bring it back a bit. There we go. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. Okay, stabilizing poles. I'd say this is a very easy tent to set up. And you know what? If it was a beautiful night, and you just had a tarp, you wouldn't even need the tent. Just set your mattress up on this, your sleeping bag, whatever. Look at that, so easy. And that is it for the base. Okay, we just need to get the tent on there now. Now, I'm still working out where to put everything in the back of the canopy. It's all new to me. So I've got to establish where I want stuff. Okay, so it's got 2 doors. So it doesn't make any difference which way you set it up. But I have done some work on this and seam sealed some parts and put some extra tie-outs on just to make it more secure. So let's get this thing put on here. And honestly, I don't even think this thing has a name. It's still got a code number on it. So I think I've got some sort of beta version. Okay, so it's got awful crappy pegs, which we will use. And it's got poles for the awning, which we will also use. Right, so this is a pop-up tent. I think it's a copy of the Coleman pop-up tent. Now, one thing I do need are the clips. Clips are very important. Otherwise the tent's just going to blow away. So what you do is you clip it into each corner. I'm so happy. This is so beautiful, honestly. Okay, let's do this. It is really simple. You just extend the poles like so until they click. Oops. Like that. You do the same on the other side, but I'm going to click this in now. Just in case a gust of wind comes and takes it away. This is the only finicky bit of this tent. Is finding the holes. It's so stupid. They could have done this a lot better, I'm sure. Oh, where is it? Oh, you know what? This is so annoying. This is the bit that's stupid. This is why this might be just a beta version 10. There we go. Because they've just not made the holes big enough to put in. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. See, every corner it's the same. You've got to find the other hole. Just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, and then open up the other side. So same again, spin the poles, click, click. So there's actually no rain forecast for tonight. You know, I could not put the fly on, but it'll get wet, the dew, a lot of moisture. And this is a mesh fabric top. And there's plenty of ventilation in this tent anyway, even with the fly on. All right, that's it, all secured. You see, you don't even need to guy it down when you haven't got the fly on. It's so heavy, the base, it's not going anywhere. Look at the view back there, can you see that? Look, that's just stunning. Right, let's get the rest of this set up. Okay, so the fly just goes over the top. And the fly, look at this, it's got this silver lining to reflect the heat so it doesn't get baking hot. So for summer, it's a brilliant tent. I've got a guy line attached somewhere, it's tangled up. Oh, how I hate having to deal with guy lines. How on earth have I done this? Right, okay. Yeah. Alright, we're laughing. And then you just clip it in. Excuse the arse shot. There you go, all clipped in, tighten it up. All right, easy peasy. So you can guy these edges out. I've put a reinforced grommet in here to tie the edges out if I wanted to. If it was raining, definitely that's what you want to do. It's one flaw of this tent is it doesn't have that built in. I had to do that myself, but I don't know if I need to. It's got ventilation in here with zips. So you can roll it up and have loads of ventilation inside, and there's vents on the side here, and we will probably do that because just to avoid any condensation at all, have that open as much as possible because I know there's no rain. If there is rain, I would open these up outwards and keep them zipped up. Okay, so the only thing we need to do now is guy out the awning and then put the poles up on the other awning. Okay, so we'll get the hammer. Other cool thing about this new rig is a massive drawer with just so much space. It's incredible what you can fit in here. And you'll see I've got lights on everywhere. Handy dandy hammer. And from my last video, handy dandy comes from Blue's Clues. I'll just do it. Right, let's take out the back of this and then we'll close it. The ground is quite soft, so I might not need the hammer. Yeah, I will. Look how easy this thing is to set up. I love it. I wonder if an hitchhiker really actually produced this as a full version 10 and not just some code serial number. And I bought this on AliExpress. It's not available, I couldn't find it anywhere else. Not on Amazon, anywhere. Okay. Pull that nice and tight. Very strong material. Oh, that looks good. If it's windy, it could take it no problem. There's multiple guide points. There's guide points up here as well. If you really wanted to guide the back out and the side guide points, you can guide this down. I mean, as much as you want. Right, let's get the front poles up. Okay, so a name. It's got a code. I think they sold me a beta version of a product, which is probably why I've had to fix it. Mercy, nature like. Are they like? Okay, so what we're going to have to do is... okay. Hang on. First things first. Okay, first thing you've got to do is guide the lower tent out, then do the poles. Okay. And you zip it up to do this because otherwise you won't be able to zip it up again afterwards. Bruno's desperate. You can't see him, I don't think, but he's desperate to go and play. I will take him down with the beach, which I will film later. So the temperature is about 19, 20 degrees centigrade. It is glorious. It's a spring day. Finally spring in New Zealand. A little cover to sit under. That's pretty cool because it's always warmer sitting under a tarp, under a cover. Always. Poor Bruno, he's not used to being on a lead at all. So he's desperate to go and play. All right. Wow, these are kind of mincy little poles that it comes with. Because I could have the awning up here instead with my poles. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use my own poles. So that drawer at the back of the canopy is like 1.8 meters long. It really is massive. Okay, got my green elephant poles. Yeah, that's better. We're going to have it right up here. Alright, so I need a guy line and a peg. I mean, obviously you don't have to bother with this. You could just say to hell with it and not have the tarp up your awning. Okay, same on the other side. I'm sure for some of you this is like watching paint dry. But some people just don't know how to set up a tent and want to see, so I put it in there. Especially if they're interested in buying a particular tent. Okay, now, the only thing is, are these going to be long enough? Ah, well, we'll see, I guess. Hello, Bruno. Bruno, no. Did you see Bruno biting the guy lines? Okay, 45 degrees. This actually might work. Might work. There are rocks everywhere here. So these pegs, actually, these pegs are not bad at all. I've seen some rubbish pegs. Chinese tents come with way better pegs than normal companies. So actually they're not bad. Hello, Bruno. I know. You're desperate to jump off, aren't you, and play? Just have to wait. Okay. Ah, this is much better. Hello, Bruno. Just wait. It's okay. Just wait, puppy. So, if you don't know, Bruno's only 11 months old. Bruno, come on, stop it. Down. Go on. Enough. He's a puppy. Now Bruno is going to get all tangled up in these guy lines if I have them too far out, especially if he's got to stay on the lead, which I really hope he doesn't. But oh, we are laughing. Look at this. I can even stand up. It's a palace. A palace. Okay, let's put everything away that I don't need now. Oh, it looks amazing. Oh, Bruno's got caught up in the guy line already. Hang on, Bruno, hang on. Come under. Go on, come around. Oh. Right, so I'm going to have to move Bruno. Can't stay here. Too close to the guy line. On the other side. It's just temporary. It's just right now. He's a puppy. There are bulls. It is not safe. There's cars, a couple of cars coming past. Maybe later this evening when it's dark. No problem. Okay, what have I got to do next? Next, I'm going to plug the solar panel in, just to give it a bit of a top up while I'm plugging other things in. And I've got to do the Starlink, so let's get that done. And I'm sorry if I'm shouting. It's just the waves are so loud. Alright, so I've got my solar panel, which is just a 200-watt blanket panel. And the way my system is set up here is there's a plug at the top that this just plugs into. So that's what the solar panel looks like, and that goes on the roof. And then I just plug this in up here. All right. Oh man, I just pulled it out. Come on. Okay. All right, we're cooking. We are laughing. Now, I could lean that up into the sun. I don't see the point, really. I might put a tie down on it just in case it blows away in the night if there's a strong gust of wind. Okay, now I need to get my Starlink set up. So to do this, I need to switch the power supply on, which is on the other side. Okay, so, don't know if you can actually see me. This huge box here is a 3 kilowatt inverter. So basically it converts 12 volt, your batteries, into sort of household power. So I'll switch that on. Now I'll turn these lights off because I don't need them on. Right, so that's on, which means all these power sockets, I've got 2 here, 2 at the back and 2 on the other side. They're ready to go for 240 volt, because that's what we use here in New Zealand, not 110. 240 volt, 240 volt, and you can see I've got all my appliances up here. So now I can plug the Starlink in. Oh, Bruno, see? So that's it. He's seen the bull. There's a bull right behind the camera on the other side of the road, behind the fence, and he just went. That's why he's on a lead. So I don't want to hear any comments about, oh, you're so cruel for not letting your dog off. He's a puppy. He's not fully trained yet. He doesn't know how to deal with livestock. So his urge, his instinct is to go and herd them. And I can't have that. My last dog, Bruce, who passed away earlier this year, he knew what to do. And he just ignored them. He was fine. Not Bruno. He's not ready for it yet. And if he was to get in that field, a bull could make a hell of a mess of him. Okay, let me get the Starlink set up. So this is the router. I've got power sockets up here. And then this end goes in. So the reason I'm putting the Starlink in and not going off grid is because Anne, my wife, Anne is in the UK right now. She's not here, and she's with my son, and I need to stay in contact with him all the time. And there's no mobile signal here at all. Okay, now where shall I put the Starlink? I think I will put it up here. There we go, on the canopy. Okay, now I can just leave that under the truck, like so. Okay, we'll turn that on. Okay, good to go. So I've got one cable that's going to come out, and I'm going to make a cinch for it here at some point, but I just won't close the lid properly on it. So you'll probably, if it worked, you'll probably see the Starlink, once the power kicks in, it'll turn up towards the satellites. Okay, next thing is I need to get my chair. So I'm going to be camping on the other side of the truck. Yeah, so I'll get everything set up on the other side and my fire pit there. I'm using the tent as a bit of a windbreak, that's why I've set it up this way. The wind is blowing from behind the camera right at me. So I'll be able to sit under the, within the tent confines, and that will protect me from the back, because as soon as that sun goes down and with this breeze, it's going to get cold. Right, let's get everything else set up. Right, my chair. So this drawer makes a great table. Much easier. Right, so I've got my click chair. I haven't used this in a while. Actually, I don't know why. Because it's really good. Okay, that's good. It's meant to click. Oh. There we go. That's why it's called click. And this is the high back version. Nice and comfy. And it is a high quality item, this. And it's got beer cup holder. So let's see if I'm out of the wind. Not really. It's blowing under the tent and around the side here. Oh well. I'm hoping the wind dies down later anyway. Okay, table. I brought a table with me. Got the old trusty King Camp table. I get a lot of questions about this table. It's bamboo, made by King Camp. And it does come with a mesh basket for the bottom, but I never use it. I think I've used it once on a video, and that's it. Wow, that's it. How easy was that? Ah, yes. Comfy, Bruno. Comfy. Okay. It's almost time for a beer. I need to sort out a couple more things. Actually, why don't I give you a rundown now of everything to do with the canopy. Actually, on second thoughts, I'm going to leave it till the morning. Yeah, because it's meant to be a nice morning. I'll leave it till the morning. I'll give you a full rundown of everything on the canopy. Right now, let's just enjoy camping and just chill out. And you'll see some of the features as I use them. But right now, I need a brew. Actually, I need a brew of coffee and a brew of beer. So, let's get a coffee on. Now, I kind of feel bad wearing sunglasses. You can't see my eyes. This is what I look like in case you've never seen me before. But it is blinding. The sun is about to go behind a hill. Then I can take the glasses off. Okay, so I've got my kettle here. Okay, so this guy line, I knew it would be in the way. What I could do is temporarily clip it. Just stop tripping over it, that's all. Whatever. Alright, kettle. So don't have to worry about gas because I've got electricity. And gas blows out the wind. So I've got household sockets everywhere. Again, I'll run you through them. So I need some water. Under here, you probably can't see it. But I've got a water tank, 30-litre water tank that I can just fill up from. Lovely fresh water in there. There we go. So as soon as I start this thing up, the inverter is probably, getting caught on this. The inverter is going to kick off and make some noise. Let me just move this in a bit. It doesn't have to be all the way out. Look at that, perfect. That's better. Now I've got more room. Okay, kettle is on. Yeah, you might hear some fans. So I've got coffees. Got a Nescafe latte. Okay, my drawer. The drawer is actually here with my cup in. So the whole thing comes out. So if I slide this back in, hold on. There we go. Cup. This is such a fast boiling kettle. I get so many questions about this kettle because it boils so quickly. I've even got a rubbish bin. Is it boiled? There you go, good enough. Right, so I've even brought a bin with me and I've just stuck a hook on it. And then that just hooks on anywhere. I've got loads of points here that I just hook this onto on the side of the canopy. Awesome. Right, now I don't want this boiling. Oh, it's there, it's there. Okay. Alright. Come on, how easy is this? Awesome. This drawer is massive. Look at all that. It keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. I've got so much gear in here. Ooh, don't knock anything off. But I don't need that open right now. So let's close that. Okay. And I think we can move Bruno around a bit now. What I should probably do is put a stake in the ground and hook Bruno up to it. That's what we'll do. So he could be front and center. Yeah. Right, what we'll do is, because I've got to keep him away from these guy lines, he will definitely get tangled up. So I'll bump him just here. need a beer. So I've got a temporary fridge at the moment. It's my old fridge that I used to use for camping. It's a 50-litre brass monkey, but I've got a new fridge coming from Dometic that will be perfect. But you know what we need to do is we need to actually sit in the sun. There's only 10 minutes of sun left anyway. So I'm going to sit and enjoy the view. Yes. So this click chair, yeah, the high back, really adjusted for my bad back. This is crucial. I know. There we have it. Look at that. Lovely. This is just heaven. Oh. You know what we should do is go down on the beach. You want to go on the beach? Okay, let's take Bruno onto the beach. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Wow, you're so excited. Is there a way down here? Yes, there is. All right, Bruno, come on. Your first go. Come on. At this beach. Now, he loves the water. And at home, we live near a beach and oh, he's in it all the time. He's a very, very strong swimmer. Come on. Look at this. Just look. How beautiful is that? Oh, there's some guys out there on a little surfboard. Come on. Now I've got to be careful of my ankle because it is still agonizing. Oh. Bruno! You're gonna go for a swim? Go on then. Go on. I need to find him a stick. Okay, let's get a stick, Bruno. And then he will fetch a stick. Oh, here we go. Ah, Bruno, got a couple of sticks here. Okay. Oh, yes. All right. You ready? Ready, go! He's swimming. He's going into the waves. Go on, Bruno, get the stick. Where's the stick? Oh, he couldn't find it. It got hidden behind a wave. Here, do you want this one? There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. Where is it? It's behind you. There it is. Here, Bruno, what's this? Here. What's that? Here. That's your stick. Oh, you want me to throw it again? Okay. He loves it. Okay. Let's do it again. Go on then. Oh, yeah. Oh, Bruno, he turned back again. I think I'm saying, because I'm going, oh, yeah, and he's turning around. Or maybe the current is pulling there and he doesn't like it. I don't know. Because I think the tide is going out. Is that nice? Does that cool you down? Oh, this is heaven. Absolute heaven. I've been here in all sorts and grim conditions, but this is the nicest it's ever been. Oh, you know what? If Anne was here and not in the UK, I would, and I was camping now doing this, I would tell her to get in the car and come and meet me here. It's an hour and a half from where I live. I'd have a barbecue on the beach. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. Bruno. All right, everyone. I'm going to play with him a bit. Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to go and have my coffee, go and have my beer, and then take Bruno for a walk afterwards when the sun's gone down, because the shadows are a nightmare. Okay, I'll bring you back at camp. Oh, it's not only bulls. There are some cows in here as well. That mum over there has got a calf. There's a few calves. Oh, there's some tiny ones over there. Bruno is being pretty good. He knows not to go on the road. He knows not to cross the road. We teach him that at home. So I'm hoping there'll be a bit of a face-off. You see, that one's facing off with him now. They're watching him, but they are bigger than him, and he's a wuss. Come on, Bruno. Come. He's like a gazelle. He's like a gazelle. He's so happy. Bruno, come on. Come. You're leaping. Oh, because I've got a stick. Right, I'm going to go and have a drink, Bruno. You're going to come with me. Come on. Look at camp. Look at it. It's awesome. What a setup. Now, if I thought there was rain coming, which there isn't, as you can clearly see, there's no rain forecast for a few days. If I thought there was rain coming, then I would set a tarp up. I haven't fitted the awning to the truck yet, but when I do, that'll give me a lot more options. I'm just waiting for the brackets to come from the guys who built the canopy M2 Overland. And then, being circled. And then I've got more options. Cool. All right, it's beer and coffee time. Yeah. Oh. What's this, Bruno? Is this your stick? You're not going to be able to watch him. He's all over the place. As long as I can see him out the corner of my eye, he's okay. He's probably going to knock the camera over. It wasn't that hot, obviously, because I've been down the beach. But now the real drink. Bruno! He's gonna exhaust himself. So he's running 20-30 meters that way, sprinting there, then sprinting back with his stick. You get a stick. Cheers, everybody. Got a hazy IPA from Renaissance Brewery, my local. Cheers. Thanks for coming on this one. This is great. Oh, that's nice. I am in heaven. Honestly, this view, it's incredible. You gonna give me a stick? Alright everybody, I'll bring you back at dinner. The sun is just going down. Yeah, bring you back at dinner. Okay. Welcome back everybody. Alright, so I've got the microphone on. It turns out, unbeknownst to me, I'd plugged the cable into the wrong socket on the camera. So the camera was recording. If you're wondering why the audio quality was rubbish compared to normal, I have no idea what it sounded like. I guess I'll find out during the edit. Bruno, come on. Where's he gone? Good boy, come on, stay with me. Yeah, so if you're wondering, stay, Bruno, stay with me. If you're wondering, it's because I plugged it into the wrong socket. I never unplugged the cable. I had unplugged it to test something and I plugged it into the wrong one. So sorry if the audio quality was rubbish when I was setting up. It's not my normal standard. That was just the bulk standard microphone on the camera. If it's good, well done, Sony. If it's bad, boo. Okay, Bruno, come on. Hey, stay, come here. Come, Bruno, come here. Come. So he's got to go back on his lead now because I'm doing things and he's distracted and I just cannot let him get across that road. And there are other people around further down. There's another bunch of campers and I don't want him hauling off there trying to get strokes and food and things like that. So he's now back on the lead. I just can't watch him. With Bruce, I knew he would stay put. With Bruno, I just don't know. Right, so sandflies are a nightmare. So let's get the thermocells set up. Thermocells at the back here. I've been sitting at the back just out of the wind, but now the wind has actually stopped. It means I can sit back by my table and everything. Okay, thermocell. Here we go. I've got 2 of these. They are lifesavers. If there's gas in there, of course, which there is. It's on, okay. So what I'm looking for is a little spark. Oh. I'm sure there's gas in this one. There is. I've never had a problem with these at all, ever. I'll admit I haven't used it for a long time. All right, let me get these. Oh, hang on. Nope. Let me work out and I'll bring you back. Ah, okay, right. So I've got 2 of them on the go. The first one, I just hadn't screwed the gas in properly. Always screw it in properly, she says. Okay, so we will put these. Now, it's a bit breezy, so thermocells aren't brilliant in the wind, but I'll put them nearby anyway. When it gets a bit darker, I've got a special UV, oh, actually it's here. A UV bug zapper, oops, that I will plug in, hang this up on the other side of the truck to draw them over there. In fact, what I'll do is, I haven't done any of my bedding or anything, so let's get that all sorted out. So we are rocking the Zen Bivy Moto bed. This is their car camping bed, all-in-one system by Zen Bivy. It's a 20-degree Fahrenheit bag, which is absolutely perfect for these conditions because I don't want to be roasting. It's all in one, and there really isn't anything you need to do. You just roll it out, let it fill up, and pump it up when you're ready to. But to be honest, I might just use it as foam like that. And there we go. I've got a pillow, my memory foam pillow. You need all these things to be comfy. You do. Don't mess around. This Zen Bivy has been, I think, the best sleep I've ever had in my life. Right. What else have we got? I've got Bruno's bedding, which he definitely isn't going to need his blanket. He just will not need that tonight. It's so mild. But I've got his bed. I'll take his blanket out, but there's just not a chance he's going to want this on at all. I might have it over my legs tonight if it gets cold, because it's already, temperature's already dropped. As soon as the sun went in, the temperature dropped. Right, I've got all the vents open in there. Let's zip it up so we don't get loads of sandflies in there. You know what, I could set one of my lights up. I've got a light out here. So here's the deal. I've got these camping lights that I always use. But this whole thing, I've put this bin in a really stupid place. Hang on. There you go. But this whole thing comes with full lighting as well. But here's the problem. Bright white lights like this attract moths, midges, everything. I might get the guys, or I might swap these out for ones that you can switch from amber or not. So these lights are more amber and don't tend to attract the sandflies. And well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. So I've got them on all sides. I'll probably remove it from this side and put on the far side there, I'll put the, what do you call it? The Mozzie attractor. So I'll probably put these lights, so I keep treading on your bowl here. Let's move this water bowl. Oh, it's time for his D-I-N-N-E-R. I have to say that or else it will trigger him. I'll work out what to do with these lights later. They can go anywhere. It's just I kept banging my head on them. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get Bruno's, yeah, we're going to sort him out first. So let's put the kettle and everything up here because I just won't need this tray out at all for a while. Let's sort him out. Okay, here's his bowl. Let's get his dog food. This is all my food. Again, I've got to work out space. I've got to work out how to organize all this stuff because it's all a mess right now. Where's your food? There's your food. Okay. So, as I've said a million times, Bruno's on puppy food and he has to stay on it for another month. And it's a special one formulated just for puppies. Do you want your dinner? Oh, look at you, you're all tangled up. I knew this would happen. Bruno, come round. Go on, go round, go round, go on. Good boy. He is so clever. Okay, let me adjust the camera for you so you can see him because I know you want to. Okay, and you know what? I think we're in for a beautiful sunset evening. Okay, sit. Good boy. Go on then. Ah, okay, yeah. So I'm not organized at all. I need to get some crates. I might transfer some of my food into this one. I need to get some crates and stuff. I don't need drawers or anything else. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what I put in these boxes here. I haven't got a clue. Oh, breakfast, and some treats. Okay, I've got some other stuff. Right, so the other thing I need to do is set up the fire pit. I'm gonna wait till he's had his dinner. Yeah, as soon as he's had that, I'll bring you back and we'll set up the fire pit. Because I want a nice cranking fire to have. It takes a while to get going because I've got charcoal. So I'll bring you back. Okay, so Bruno's had his dinner. So what we need to do is sort the fire out. But so that, I mean, he's used to fire now, but I can't have him here. I'm gonna have to move him back over there because I'm setting the fire up right there. So let's move him. Come on, Bruno. Come over here. Good boy. I just don't want him getting caught up on everything. So we'll move him to here temporarily. All right. You can have his stick, because that's what he was just chewing. Ah. Puppies. Okay, right. Fire pit. So I've got my Snow Peak grill. all of this is in here, which is just, if you think about it, incredible. Because this thing is massive. This drawer is a godsend. Oh, and it can take a hell of a weight. I think it's 70 kilos it's rated for, something like that. Something crazy. Okay. Oh, yeah. And now I'm not cooking on this. Good boy. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to cook on it. You'll see why later. So this is the Snow Peak. I can never remember what it's called. Tabiki or something. Honestly, can't remember. There. And it's got a, like that grill thing there is for if you're using charcoal and not logs. This is going to be epic. Right, I've got a 10 kilo bag. 10 kilo bag of charcoal. And I've also got, ooh, put my hat back on. I've also got some Samba natural fire logs. Oh, this, you've got to cut, oh, wow. First time I've ever done it. First time that paper bag thing has worked. All right, so what you do, I've got gloves, so I don't get my hands all filthy. I'll put a layer on. Okay. And I've got some squirt stuff. This stuff's great. Fire starter. I found that this works better than most of them. Okay, now I've got incredibly bad luck with matches. Not this time. Come on. Gosh, the sandflies are really vicious. Okay, now there's a possibility. I'm going to put this out now. All right. Oops. Right, so not getting my hands dirty didn't go well, but that's okay because I've got a sink. Well, not a sink, I've got a tap. Look at that, awesome. And I've got my tap here. $30 litres of water. The only thing I didn't bring was a towel. 30 litres of water would last me days. But you do need a hose to fill that back up, a pressured hose. You can't, there's nothing to top it up at the top. So it does require mains pressure to fill it back up. This is going. Now, he won't go near it, he's used to fire now. So he'll just stay over there. See, this stuff worked really well. The squirt stuff. Squirt and light firelighter gel. That's working well. Okay. Awesome. I'll leave the bag there. Okay, so we got the fire cranking. What else do we have? I've got my beer. I've got my thermocells running. I need to hook this lamp up at some point. And I've got a beautiful view. Ah, come on, this is just For me, considering all the grim camping that I do, and I've done my fair share, my last 2-3 videos were just grim. My last 2, in fact, were snow camps that were awful. Oh, that I was just cold, really cold. I loved them, but cold. This is a treat for me, really is. I was going to come out in the really grim rain that we had yesterday, but I thought, why? I deserve a treat. So I've got the full canopy set up. I want to do this all nicely. Okay, so we've got this set up, fire pit on the stand. We need to think about dinner soon, but not just yet. So I'll bring you back when I'm ready to get dinner done. Look at the calves running around playing with each other. They're so cute. And Bruno keeps watching them and giving little cries. Let me show you Bruno. Oh, hello Bruno. Get away from the fire. Hello. So he's been lying there looking at the calves and just crying. Oh, I want to go and play with them. Oh, Bruno. Is that because you just ate some grass? And look at the evening I've got here. Come on. How about that? Right, I think it's time for my dinner. Okay, so, oh, this fire is just heaven. The temperature has plummeted. I mean, it's definitely single digits now. Bruno's getting used to the fire. He's been around fire, so it's a bit weird that he keeps going so close to it. Can you not eat my shoelaces? But he does love chasing sparks and things like that. But this fire is so hot, and no smoke because I'm using charcoal. It's a bag of charcoal under the back of the truck there. I've probably put, what, less than half of it in. And this thing is just, I mean, even up here, that's hot, really hot. So, perfect fire. Okay, let's get dinner done. Can anyone guess what my dinner is going to be? Who can guess what the dinner is? It's very simple. It is pizza. I'm going easy on this one, very easy. We've got a meat lover's pizza with barbecue sauce, and it's on a sourdough crust. So how are we going to cook the pizza? Well, I want to use all my electrical gizmos. So I've got my pizza oven up here. Let me get that out. I really do need to work out a little shelf system here. I guess I could fit one more shelf in here. I love this thing. Look at this, it's so easy. All right, now, power sockets are up here, like I said. So with this pizza oven, all good to go. Yep, okay. You crank it until it's ready. So let me turn it on. Okay, so I'm going to crank it up high to about, I guess, 4. So the fan of the inverter has come on because this is a high draw item. This is a 3 kilowatt inverter. It can handle anything you can plug in at home. This can handle. I mean, you'll burn through your battery really, really quickly. I've got 200 amp hours of batteries, lithium batteries on the other side of that panel there. Okay, so get that up to temperature. Actually, I guess I can turn it round, hang on. There we go. Okay, get it up to temperature, and then we'll put the pizza in, and then it's literally 3 minutes. It does not take long. Put that in my bin. I've got a bin. I can't believe it, although I probably need a bigger one. Yeah. Okay. Do that. It's still the same beer. I've just been going slowly. Probably because I'm so hungry. No, I'm having an early dinner. It's just gone 6 o'clock. So I'm having early dinner because I've got something special to have later, before cigar time, that I'm going to make on the fire. And something that a viewer sent to me here in New Zealand from America. Amazing. All right. So this is a Davis and Waddle pizza maker. I've used this pizza oven now everywhere, and I love this thing. It's so quick, so easy, it's just so convenient. I am so ready for this pizza, I really am. The trick is going to be getting it out of here and into the pizza oven. Okay, I'll bring you back when this is ready. Okay, I think the oven is ready now, so let's get it on. Let's get it on. Oh yes, it is. All right, so that goes in for just a few minutes, like 3 minutes. Turn it down to 3 and set this for about 3 minutes. We are good. Okay, now what I need is, now that I've had my beer, I need a bigger bin. I haven't thought this through. I need a much bigger bin. Okay, what we need is my wine. Look at this. This is so cool that the whole thing just comes out like this. I don't have to move this. It's not in the way. Got my utensils. Let's see, what am I going to need? Just my plate. Now some of you will know that the red plate that I had died. I burnt it and it, yeah. I replaced it, got a brand new one. Grey one of the same. Red one is dead. Long live red. Long live grey, I mean. Pizza cutter. I think that's about all I need. Oh, I can smell that pizza already. Okay, I must not burn it. Might turn that down to 2. Pizza cutter. My double-layered wine cup. Bottle of wine. We are having the Craggy Range Tukahu. Let me show you that. I don't know if that's going to show up, to be honest. I've got my light so bright. There you go. That work? I hope you saw that. It's a lovely drop of wine from actually where I just was in Hawke's Bay. Beautiful region. And Hawke's Bay, it's fitting that I'm having a wine from Hawke's Bay because my canopy, the M2 Overland canopy here, is from Hawke's Bay, it's from Napier. Cheers everybody, cheers. This is just, I don't care what you call it, camping, glamping, as an insult, people say glamping, but I don't care, I'm happy. I'm by the beach, I'm with my dog. I've got the sea and great food. And delicious wine. All right, and I've got a superb fire. That's the most important thing, is the fire is amazing. Okay, now I mustn't let this pizza burn. Let me check on it. We're looking good, we're looking good. This is gonna be epic. I can't wait. Oh. Okay, how are we looking? Oh, we're bubbling, we're sizzling. I think though that I need to give it a little bit longer because I just want the base to be crispy. Just do it enough so that the base is crispy. In fact, what we could do is I could open it because I don't want to cook the top anymore. Open it, put it on full blat, and then it should get crispy on the bottom. That's right. Now I've got some little pan things to pick it up. Whoa, when you walk around the other side there, you can see my breath. When you walk around the other side, away from the fire, away from this, it's flipping cold. Really cold. Okay, we're steaming away here. but it's not crispy yet. Okay. The only thing with this pizza oven is you can't turn the top ring off. It's both. Just keep an eye on it. Don't burn it. I think my last pizza I burnt. And I cooked it on the fire. I remember. I burnt it. So by the way, at this rate, I don't know where my phone is. Oh. Hang on. Oh, here it is. I was going to tell you, at this rate, so I can see what the battery banks are doing. At this rate, I can run this for another hour and 20 minutes and that's it. And then I'm all out of power. Here we go. I think that will have to do. Okay, let's shut this off. The fans should switch off immediately. There you go. Yeah, so at that rate I could run it for 1 hour, 20 minutes. It was sucking a lot of energy. But of course you're not running it that long, anything like that. So now it's gone down. So that was using 1400 watts more. Just that by itself was using 1400 watts. That's just dropped off now. So with the inverter switched on and the Starlink running and the fridge plugged in, I'm running 76, 80 watts. That's about it. It's very inefficient having an inverter switched on, to be honest. It'd be a lot easier if everything just came 12 volt. The Starlink, if it could run 12 volt, great. Having the inverter switched on uses 40 watts per hour by itself. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you add that up over all night, if you're running it all night with the Starlink plugged in, then yeah, it seems like that's a lot. Okay, so now it's back up to like a day and a half of energy left. Okay, good stuff. I've got to stop saying okay. Okay, let's chop the pizza up. So good. Right, let's chop pizza up. What am I going to do is I'm going to start turning these lights on actually. Just the amber glow. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can, but you can see it's amber. It's not bright white. So the bugs aren't attracted to it. There we go. And I can turn this one on that I've put above my tent. There we go. Right. Yeah, we're looking good. I've got another one at the back here. Hang on, let me just turn this on. Okay, we're all lit up. We're all good. Right, let's chop the pizza up. Oh, it smells fantastic. Oh, it's not crispy. Not. Oh, actually it is a little bit. Okay, it's a little bit. But you know what? I'll take that any day compared to it being burnt. Any day. Burnt pizza is such a disappointment. Oh, I could probably eat 2 of these. I've got 2 of them. Now, the beauty of the canopy and having a fridge and everything else and having all this space and power and stuff like that is you can take days of food with you, even if you're not going to be out for days. Oh, pizza. Oh, how I love pizza in these conditions as well. As I say, I've got something special for later too. Okay, I've got my wine, I've got my pizza, sit by the fire. Okay, and you know what? I've actually got a little something for Bruno so he doesn't just sit there begging the whole time, which is what he would do otherwise. I've got him a beef chew because he has been such a good boy and he's been tied up and it's not fair. Good boy. Okay, sit. Good boy, can you sit pretty? Good boy. There we go. Ah. Oh, this is nice, this fire. Oh, it's so hot. This is heaven. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I can hear a helicopter. Okay, let's get as close to the fire as possible without my knees burning. Because I tell you, it's cold. When you step away from the fire, it's cold. Ah, bon appetit. Oh, hot. Mmm. Wow. I doubt there is anyone at this moment in time who is camping that is as happy as I am right now. Who needs wild camping when you got this? This is camping, and I just love it. I'm gonna have to sit like that because my knees are burning. This fire is so hot. Okay, everyone. I'm going to take my time with this pizza, and I'll bring you back for dessert, which is something special. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, time for our dessert. I can't say the T-R-E-A-T word because then he thinks it's for him. All right, so first thing first, let's put the special light, the bug zapper. Oops. Making a mess. Alright, let's put the bug zapper on the other side of the truck. I forgot to turn my microphone on. It's just a mess right now. Okay, so here's the bug zapper. I think all you do, I haven't actually turned this thing on yet, so we just want it as far away as possible from where we are doing our business. So I think I'm going to put it up fairly high. I can't see anything in here. Okay, I'm going to have to switch all the lights on. Wait for it. It's about to get very, very bright here. I've just invited every single bug in the area to come and say hello, because it is that bright. There we go. Okay, so the light's on. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. I could just hook it onto the handle, actually. If I close this, oh, these doors are heavy. Can I hook this onto here? Oh, that works. Look at that. See? And I think the light's off inside. It is. Good. Okay, so that'll draw any bugs over to here and away from me, and they'll get zapped, which is brilliant. I could probably do with using my extension cable at some point and putting it up on the roof, but I just can't be bothered right now. Okay, let's get around to doing our TREAT. All right, so first things we need to do is turn these lights off, because oh man, they were bringing in the bugs. They really were. Right, so what have we got as a treat? Oh dear, I said the word. Oh well. Okay, we have got, and where is it? Hold on. Oh, I knew I'd mess this up. Ah. This is why I wanted rear access to the canopy, so no one is going to guess what we're going to do on the campfire. Ah, yes, Americans are going to guess. I'm doing s'mores. And I want to thank Vicky from Middle Tennessee for sending me an amazing care package. Amazing. So we've got the Graham's Honey Made cookies, marshmallows. She sent all of this. Skewers, some Hershey's chocolate. Oh, she sent everything. I got maple syrup, special marmalade from Spain, so many things, gloves. Awesome, awesome gift. Thank you so much to Vicky. That was truly spectacular. Okay. Right. Now, it's going to come as a surprise to a lot of you, but I have never made s'mores. I might have to bring you closer. Hold on. Oh God, it's cold. Right, this fire is beautiful. Okay. And I'm going to have to top it up after I've... oh, I can't even tell if you can see me. Hang on. The camera's so far away, I can't tell if you can see me. Hold on. Let me just check the screen here. Okay. I think you can. There, can you see me? Good. Oh, this fire is lovely. I'm definitely topping this up after I've done the s'mores. So yeah, I've never made s'mores. So what do you got? Wow, got tons of these crackers. So I read somewhere that what you do, now whether it was quick and easy, I don't know, but what you do, you can cut them in half, snap the biscuits in half, or do 2 biscuits and a whole chunk of Hershey's. But these are all broken already. So I'm just going to do 1 biscuit in half like that. I'll take it, and if you're wondering where he is, he's right here, and oh boy, he's all over it. So I'll take a chunk of chocolate. I've got to make this fit. All right, bear with me. Okay, there we go. That'll work. Ha! Legs. Hot, hot, hot. Ow! Okay, take a skewer. And I think it's just 1 marshmallow. Oh, Vicky, thank you so much for this. I know you've probably been waiting and wondering whether I was going to use your gift. Lots of people send gifts, and it's a struggle for me to keep up. It is. You're all so fantastic. All right, take a marshmallow. What are these? Jet puffed. Oh, look at this. Believe it or not, I've never ever done this. Take your marshmallow and brown it over the fire. I know I'm preaching to the choir here. All my followers. So many of you are American that you're probably like, yeah, this is nothing. What are you talking about? Everybody does this. Bruno, you're not coming. This is why Bruno is tied up as well, because he's looking at me, he can smell it, and he wants to come over and investigate and eat it. So he's staying over there. So you brown them, I think, which again, I've never done on. This is not something that English people do. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it's a fantastic idea. But for some reason, we don't do this. Brown it, get it nice and hot. Don't do that. I set light to it really quickly. It'll be okay. I think that's common. I think a lot of people do that accidentally. You're trying to get it gooey. And then it's got to be hot to melt the chocolate a bit. Oh, here we go. God, the fire is so blazing hot that I can't get my hand over it. Oh, I'm going to have my first s'more. I'm actually very excited. Now, I'm assuming you have to let this thing cool down a bit before you stick it in your mouth. All right, that's nicely browned. But how do I know if it's gooey? How quick? Oh, it's sort of moving a bit on the end of the stick. That must be a sign. Must be a sign. Chocolate. Okay, so wedge that between the chocolate, the chocolate and the top cracker, I'm assuming. Oh, Lord. You know what? These are such massive marshmallows that I think I should have used two cookies, two crackers. Because look, there's loads hanging out the side here. How do I know if it's hot enough or not? Or too hot? Okay. That just seems to be warm. Oh, I can see the chocolate's melting. Okay. All right, my very first s'more. Let's see how this goes. Thank you, Vicky, in Middle Tennessee. Yum. Oh my gosh. How are you meant to eat these? Oh my God. I feel like Neo in the Matrix and my mouth is sealing up. Wait. How are you meant to do this? How are you meant to do this without making a mess? Oh, they're delicious. Oh no. Oh, no, it's okay. I thought I dropped it. Oh. What? Wow. Oh my word. That is crazy. That is ridiculously decadent. What? Is it like a Cub Scout thing? Because I tell you, that's so sweet. That's crazy. I've got to do it again. delicious. I'm sorry to say. That was so delicious. Okay, I'm doing a full cracker this time. Yeah, full cracker. Get my chocolate ready. Hershey's milk chocolate. Oh, Vicky, you're such a sweetheart. This was such a lovely present, it really was. I've got the best viewers, I really do. You're all so lovely. Okay, here we go. Vicky, I don't know if I'm doing this justice. Look, the s'mores experts are gonna completely flip out at what I'm doing. But this chocolate bar broke up, I'm afraid. This Hershey's. What does it taste like by itself? It's kind of like Easter egg chocolate. That's what it is. Very sugary. Yeah. Hershey's. Believe it or not, I've never had Hershey's chocolate. It's not bad, but it is very sugary. All right, oh my God, I think I'm gonna make an even bigger mess this time. Okay, let's do this again. These marshmallows are humongous. Oh, I think I'm gonna screw this up. Okay, this time I wanna get it a bit hotter because I don't think the chocolate melted enough. I wonder how long you're meant to hold them over. The comments section is going to be just insane on this one, I guarantee it. It's going to be so many comments. What a fool I am. I don't know what I'm doing. Look, I'm sure you were all taught how to do s'mores when you were kids. S'mores, s'mores, whatever. S'mores, 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 s'mores. Is it sh or smart? Okay. The comments are going to go nuts. Come on, it's my first time. I haven't lived in America and had s'mores. You've got to cut me a little bit of slack here, everybody. I'm trying to do Vicky proud. Yeah, because she sent me this. It's such a great gift. It's just awesome. Oh, and she sent, this package was huge. It was olive oil. Yeah, the marmalade I've got here. Maple syrup. Work gloves. So many things. Truffles. What a sweetheart. Oh, and then you wait till you see the paintings and drawings that I get. I'm waiting for Anne to come back from the UK before I open them. But I've got a few, I know, because I've been told by people to expect them, and they're at home. I just want to wait for Anne, and she's on holiday. She's been away for a month, so I'm just waiting for her to come back before I open those. I think they're all of Bruce, which will be lovely. All right, let's not burn this one. I think it needs to be super hot, because I'm sure it's meant to melt the chocolate. Is there a way to eat these without making a huge mess? If there is, let me know in the comments. I tell you what, let's make this the most commented video that I've ever done. Let's go for every single person writing a comment. Doesn't matter what it is. I think my record is 9,500 comments on a video or something. Come on, let's hit 10,000 comments. Let's do it on this one. Every single person that watches, let's do a comment. Make the effort, like I am, to do this. Can someone tell me how long I'm meant to hold this over here? How do you know a marshmallow is done? How do you know? I don't want to set light to it again. Hey, wow, I mean, that really took off. These would be great fire lighters because that ignited. Can you use marshmallows as fire lighters? Oh, this is getting a bit wibbly wobbly on the end now. Is that a sign that it's going to melt off the end of the stick? It is. Hold on. I think we're there. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow, this is a lot softer than last time. Okay. This is definitely my last one because these are so rich. Hey, look, you can just burn your cooking utensils. All right. Oh, this is, hang on, how hot is this? I don't want to burn myself. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, so I'm assuming you've got to wait for this to cool down, because that's quite hot. And I think you're meant to give it time to melt the chocolate. I know, Bruno. He's grumbling over here because I'm not letting him have any. How long does it take to melt the chocolate? Shall I go for it? Let's do it. Oh, it's falling apart. Very tasty. The only thing from this that you can get here are marshmallows. Can't get Hershey's chocolate. Can't get Graham's crackers. Graham? What am I doing? Actually, this just says honey made. Where's it meant to say Graham? Classic honey made s'mores. Hey, looks like I got it right. The marshmallow goes on top of the chocolate. It doesn't say Graham anywhere on here. Vicky, it doesn't say Graham. Oh, it does say Graham's at the bottom. Oh, I'm an idiot. Tiny writing at the bottom, it says Graham's. Uh-oh. Oh my God, I'm like a child. I'm a 50-year-old child. This is awesome. This is so awesome. Why didn't we have this in England? Oh my God. England is so boring. We didn't have anything like this. I think we didn't really have campfires in England because the weather's always so crap. The weather in England is flipping awful. It's not a very outdoorsy place anymore. Oh, sorry, at all. I don't think it ever was. Oh man, there has to be a secret, a method to eating these without making a mess. Oh, I want to see, I watch Beard Meets Food on YouTube, his YouTube channel. I love that guy, he's brilliant. Someone should set him a s'mores record. See how many s'mores he can eat. I wonder if he's ever done that. I can see so many stars. It is beautiful out. Absolutely beautiful. I might have to see if I can take a photo of it later. Stunning. Actually, hopefully, I'll have to track and see where the Milky Way is. I might be able to take a photo of the Milky Way. Okay, everybody. They're so rich. You definitely only have one of those. I have 1.5. That's so much sugar. Oh boy. They can't be bad, but it can't be good for you. Oh, well, who cares? Wow, that was delicious. Thank you so much, Vicky. They were lovely. Oh, you know, I wish I could have done something like this with my son, with Brandon. But again, even in New Zealand, they don't do anything like this. S'mores. These are brilliant, but they must be so bad for you. I can't fathom the amount of calories. Because you have a whole chocolate bar, Hershey's chocolate bar. And one marshmallow, that can't be that bad. Graham cracker. How many of these things do you have? Right, everyone, bring you back for cigar time. Cheers. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, the fire is cranking. Oh, Bruno, mind the fire. No. Come here. It's because I've started talking. Come back. Bruno, come here. Come on. Come on. You've been playing like crazy. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. It's a cocoon of warmth in here. The heat from the fire is reflecting off of the silver surface of the tent, and it's beautiful in here. The second you step away from here, you come over here, you can see my breath. It's really cold. Oh man, it's cold because of the breeze. It's definitely single digits. I'm gonna get my hot chocolate and tuck in here. I think a hot chocolate for cigar time with a bit more wine, because that's what you do. Bruno's been playing. He's been off the lead for a good hour. But while I'm doing cigar time, I need him there. Okay, let's crank the water. We are having a hot chocolate. This is Aero, like the Aero bar. The Aero chocolate bar. I love Aeros. I don't know if you've ever had Aero. Yum. So we'll have one of these. It probably tastes the same as every other flipping hot chocolate. It's just a marketing gimmick, but we shall see. Oh, I've been chilling. Just chilling. Oh, I took a photo. I took a photo of the Milky Way, which is right above us, which I will put on the screen now. Oh, it's just spectacular. I only took it with my phone. I've got an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it has a night mode. But it's just beautiful, the stars. When you come to New Zealand, the first thing you notice at nighttime, when you get into a dark area, is how many stars you can see. Just, it knocks you out. It's like being in the desert somewhere, nowhere near civilization, but because there's no pollution here at all, it's really clear, crystal clear, and you see so many stars. Oh man, it's cold. I've got to stand next to the fire because it's freezing. God. Oh, here we go. Boiling, boiling. Nice and quick. That's what we like. And for the trigger to view, because I don't stir, I'm still not going to stir. Because I don't want to. Oh, now I put the light on, but I think I'm going to turn it off because, I don't know, how does that look with the light on? The big light. Do you think I should turn it off for cigar time? I probably should, because it's attracting all sorts of moths. Let me turn it off. Ah, that's nice. Okay, let me get organized. Ah, okay. This fire is insanely hot. The nice thing about this silver reflective surface is it seems to be bouncing the heat back. I mean, I could move even closer into the fire and bring the fire a bit closer, into the tent. Let's try it, let's see what happens. If I bring it in here, bring the fire closer, not too close. I don't want to burn anything down. I don't want to have it under the tarp. How does that work? It's so warm, so warm. That's lovely. I can probably turn his light off while he's lying here. He's knocked out, he's had a great time. I mean, if I took him off the lead, he'd still run around. You know, is what it is, but I just can't do it. Gotta remember he's a puppy. Okay, cigar time. What are we gonna have? I think a Monte Cristo, number 4. Yum. I'm running out of Monte Cristos. Ugh. Oop. I just licked the wrong end. Took a whole lot of leaf with me. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. No, that can't be right. Gosh, I haven't got much gas. Oh, that's better. Okay, so this fire is awesome. The new truck canopy is awesome. I can't wait to give you a little proper tour of it tomorrow and all the work that they've done. I hope you watched my last video, the rebuild or the build video, where I went through the factory, explained what the process was to make this. Looks great on the truck. A lot of people have said, oh, not a lot, what am I saying? A couple of people have said I preferred the old one or blah, 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 blah. It's not about that, it's about practicality. This is way more practical, so much easier to reach everything, so much more storage. I mean, the storage space has increased exponentially, massive. Plus having the built-in electrics and batteries instead of having to use battery banks, you know, EcoFlows and things like that. This is awesome. The red arc system, it's great. Ah, lovely. I've missed this. I can't remember the last time I had a cigar. Snow camp. That was the last cigar. Redemption Snow Camp. Yeah. So. Cigar time. Welcome everybody. Now, do I zoom you in a little bit? Yeah, let me zoom you in just a tad. Just a tad. Just because, you know, I know you want to see me. There, how's that? Okay. So, I feel like it's been ages, but it hasn't. Why does it feel like it's been such a long time since I've done a cigar time? But it wasn't, it was snow camp, and that snow camp was only a couple of weeks ago. Okay, 3 weeks ago. I am so happy. I tell you, to have a nice camp in nice weather. It's cold, I have to say it is cold. I do have a puffer jacket, but this fire is so hot now. You can see it's just glowing. So I've used 2/3 of a bag of charcoal, a 10-kilo bag of charcoal. This is so much better than wood. No smoke at all. People shouldn't get confused between coal and charcoal. I had a couple of comments about that how bad for the environment using coal was. This isn't coal, it's charcoal. It's just, you know, burnt wood, incinerated wood. You know, wood that's cooked to a certain temperature. So there's zero moisture in it. That's charcoal. Not coal. No smoke, just loads and loads of heat. It's beautiful. So, cigar time. Thank you everyone, as usual, for coming. I want to give a shout out and thanks to, as usual, all our YouTube members who've signed up to be a member on the YouTube channel. All of the super thanks that people leave on the comments. Everyone who's bought merch. All the people who bought me a coffee, bought us treats on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much, and all our Patreon members. It means a lot, it really does. And thank you also to everyone who sends us gifts to the PO box, like the s'mores and like everything else, like Vicky did. Thank you again so much. Treats for Bruno, treats for me, we love it. Treats for Anne. It just, honestly, these camps can be hard work. Some of the ones I do are brutal, and it's just so nice to get treats. It really is, and to be rewarded for it. A bit of entertainment, free entertainment to you, and I hope you do enjoy them, because it takes a lot of investment in time, a lot of investment in money. This canopy, building this out, I wouldn't have done this probably if I wasn't a YouTuber. It's over 30,000 New Zealand dollars. And then you've got to stock it. It's a lot of money, a lot of money. Tents, fire pits, all these things, cigars, everything costs a lot of money. So thank you again, thank you so much. We're just trying to provide entertainment, a bit of fun, a bit of time out from the world, and camping is the perfect place to do it. It really is. And if my experience helps, and I show my cock-ups as well, and I'm an experienced camper. And I did survival training with the RAF in the UK. I've done it all. You know, Snowdon, I've done some of the hardest trials. We had SAS with us once. And I tell you, you still learn. You still learn. And I try and show as much of the cock-ups as possible, just because no one ever gets it right. No one ever gets it 100% right. There's always cock-ups. And, you know, a lot of channels don't show a single cock-up. It's all perfection. Well, I like to be a bit more real. Anyway, thank you everyone for coming. And also, thank you also to everyone that signed up to our mailing list on abcampingandoutdoors.com, and also everyone who subscribed to the AB Camping Plus channel. Thank you so much. I think we're at 4,500 at the time of this video. So thank you again to everyone who does it. If you don't know how to subscribe, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know, if you're on TV, on a computer, on an iPhone, whatever, you just click on our logo and there should be a subscribe button somewhere there. Just same place you give a thumbs up, and same place to do notifications to turn on the bell. That way you always know. And by signing up to our mailing list, you definitely know, because I email everyone on the mailing list when a new video comes out. So thank you. All right, so what are we going to talk about? Okay. First thing is the comments section. I get hundreds of comments where people have responded to something I've said in a video at a particular time, but not said what I've said. You know, so I'll get a comment like, no, it was blue. What? I can't remember what I said. I can't remember the video. They could be months old. It could be a week old. I still wouldn't know what you might be talking about. So do me a favor, if you reply to something I've said, something I've asked, or a comment I've made, try and put the context in with your response. Not just, it was this. or that, or no, you did that wrong. Did what wrong? I haven't got a clue. Or you're messing it up. Messing what up? I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. I don't know. So it's a wasted comment because I don't know. So you could either put the time in, sort of like, you know, 51.33, as in 51 minutes, 33 seconds, or just put what reference you're talking about. But don't just blurt something out. I have no clue, and neither does anybody else, what you're talking about. So I just glance over them like, I don't know, keep moving on. I don't respond because I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, you might think that I know every single one of my videos inside out, but I don't. They're 3 hours long each. And I've moved on. So I can't remember what I've necessarily said, done, or whatever, or screwed up. I just can't. So there you go. Angry bushcrafters. These are not people with their own channel. These are comments from YouTubers who claim to be bushcrafters themselves or follow other bushcrafters and call me and my friends on YouTube, other YouTubers who do camping, idiots, that we don't know what we're doing, we should give up, we're giving bad advice, blah, 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 blah. Chillax. I am not a bushcrafter. Please, get a life. If you're a bushcrafter and know what you're talking about, what are you doing commenting on camping videos? Move on. The problem is yours, not mine, not theirs, it's yours. You know, telling me how to light a fire, I don't see you showing anyone how to do it. I don't see those comments. Those people who leave those comments, I don't see that. When I click on them, they have no channel, no videos, zero. They're just random strangers on the internet telling me what to do. I'm sorry, we all ignore you guys. As far as we know, you don't know what you're talking about. And what is bushcrafting anyway? I don't know what it is anymore. Okay, I just do camping. I don't do bushcraft. If I light a fire in the wild, I'm lighting a fire with beechwood. And I guarantee you, most of the people that leave a comment about how to light a fire haven't ever tried to light beechwood. It's a nightmare. In New Zealand, this is damp, hard wood. Okay, it's not pine. Stop telling me to go and scavenge and get fat wood. There is no fat wood in the natural forests of New Zealand. Beechwood doesn't have resin in it. Outdoorsmen, honestly, they can be the worst critics and yet don't put themselves out there themselves. Nightmare. Just go and watch Corporal's Corner on someone who's an actual expert on bushcraft and you'll be happy. You don't have to watch me. I'm not making you watch me and what I do. Okay, another question. Alcohol stove versus butane stove. Yes, I know. I've stopped using the Trangia. I know. Oh no, I've put my... Flipping outdoorsman bushcrafting comments made me put out my cigar. I haven't had a good rant for a while, but honestly, these experts, these outdoorsmen, bushcrafters, oh God, just, they're so irritating. They're so spineless. They don't go out there and do it themselves. And if they do, they certainly don't video it for people to see. But they love commenting, like all trolls. They're just trolls. Right. Alcohol stove versus butane. Yes, I've stopped using the Trangia. Why? I love the Trangia. I really do. It's nice and quiet and peaceful. I love it. But I just got sick to death of it taking so long to boil a cup of water. It's like the least efficient way to boil water or to cook. And it leaves a sooty mess on the bottom of your pan. So, and you're carrying a tub of alcohol. If you knock it over, it spills and everything catches fire. I just got a bit fed up with it, to be honest. It's a romantic notion to use a Trangia. It looks lovely and old school. But butane just kicks its ass, it really does. Butane is so easy. No mess. Hardly any danger. Is it a bit noisy? Yeah. Well, everything's noisy compared to alcohol. But it's so efficient. It's so quick. Alcohol, I tell you, do you know how many times I have to say when I was using Trangia, right, I'll bring you back when it's boiled, and then 6 minutes later. Whereas with butane, it's like 1.5, 2 minutes later. So that's why I've stopped using alcohol, and I don't know if I will go back to it, to be honest. I'm kind of done with Trangia. They're bulky. I did enjoy them. It is romantic. It is lovely. It is old school. Maybe I'll do another one with Trangia. I don't know. But I do like butane. It is so easy. My ankle. A lot of comments about my ankle. It doesn't taste anything like Aero. It's just a hot chocolate. It's just a hot chocolate. My ankle. Oh, don't bother with the Aero hot chocolates. Just get a normal hot chocolate. Yeah, it's still screwed. I haven't had my MRI yet. I haven't been to the specialist. I'm going next week. I don't know what's going to happen. It just comes and goes, and when it does come, it's bloody painful. So, oh, you know what? I'm sick of wearing my hat. I'm so hot in front of this fire, I don't need it on. It's a mess. I don't know what to say. It's so painful. I've screwed it up so badly, and I've really messed it up doing those hikes to Mole Tops. I did 3 in a very short space of time. 1 to spread Brucey's ashes, and then 2 snow camps after that, and that second snow camp coming down, man, I was in a lot of pain, and I hobbled down and just made it. I don't know, we'll see. I need to get it, I need to get something, whether it's surgery, I don't know, but the MRI will tell us. Okay, something interesting. I have been hooked on and can't help myself but watch and listen to what's his name? Oliver Anthony, the singer from the Appalachians? Appalachia? Yeah. And he's this, I'm sure some of you will have heard of him, or most of you will not, I don't know. He's this like 6'5", 6'6" dude with a big beard, talks so well, with a purpose. Seems very intelligent when you watch him being interviewed. And he sings from the heart, and his music is lovely to listen to. His voice is superb. Anyway, I guess I heard of him, because how everyone else heard of him, from the song Rich Men North of Richmond, which is obviously about politicians in Washington, D.C. And that song could have been written for so many people in so many countries, honestly. It really is the same worldwide. These politicians that we, and I've said this now for the last 3 years of doing this channel, I am no fan of politicians, left or right. None of them. They're all corrupt. In a minor way or a major way. They all have a bit of corruption. They're all narcissistic, and all they want is power, and all they want is another term. And they're paid by your taxes, and they tell you what you can and cannot do. How is that right? So we pay taxes, and then we're told what we can and cannot do. To people that we voted for. What are we, stupid? The system doesn't work, and I've been saying this for a long time. It's a mess. I've never felt more detached from the politicians and the government than I do now. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. And I think people need to wake up to the fact that it is a pyramid scheme. It's a complete joke. They don't care about us. They don't. They look after themselves. They look after their party. And it's the same the world over right now. New Zealand is no different. It's a joke. They're trying to introduce new laws here just to win the next election, to try and buy votes. It's a scam. Democracy sucks because it's just become a corrupt mess. And your only choice is someone a bit less corrupt than the next person. How is this right? It just isn't. Anyway, point is, that's what this guy is singing about. Just how hard it is to be in this world now. He used a line, an old soul in a new world. That's how I feel. Morals, integrity, values, respect, honor, hard work, all these things are now labeled as, I don't know what, but you're a bad person now if you believe in any of those things. What's going on? What is going on? And as far as I can tell, the world isn't getting any safer. Cities are getting more and more violent. And that's what he's singing about, is this mess. Suicide rates up. Just everything, everything. And I've listened to a lot of his songs now, and they really ring true. They do. Now look, I have money because I worked really, really hard. I was in investment banking. It's not the nicest profession. I couldn't wait to get out of it, to be honest. But I earned good money from doing it for my family, and I put my family first, always. But people are struggling, and but the politicians aren't. So I saw a story yesterday that the guy who runs some faction, is it Proud Boys in the States? I don't know what it is. I think it's Proud Boys. The guy who runs it got sentenced to something like 20 odd years in prison for the January 6th riots. I don't know. Is that right or not? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that a bunch of people look like, did they try to overthrow the government? I don't even really know if they did or not, or if they just protested. I don't know. But here's the hypocrisy. If a bunch of people in Russia now do that against Putin, who is democratically voted for, and managed to invade the Duma, or whatever it's called, whether or not they succeed, the Western politicians will be the first ones on the plinths congratulating them, telling them how amazing they are. Yeah, they can dish it, but they can't take it. We're all in the same boat. There is no left and right anymore. We're all screwed. We're all ruled by a fleet of arseholes. Yeah, that's what it's come to. And I'm sorry to have to use that word. That's a line from Trainspotting, years ago, Trainspotting. And they're Scottish, and they're talking about being ruled by Westminster, and I 100% agree. It's a mess. God, what a mess. Anyway, whatever, that's what it is. Anthony Oliver, his real name is Christopher Lansford? Lansford? Yeah, that's not his real name, Oliver Anthony. I think that's his grandfather's name. And it's actually Oliver Anthony Music. And it's stuck. But he did it for his granddad, and he's kept the name. But that's not his actual name. Lovely music, go and look him up. He's not left or right, I think he's quite centrist. He's just upset with the whole thing, the whole lot, everything. He hasn't picked a side, and he's very anti all politicians, all of them. And he's basically saying that it's all a mess, and that money is just being wasted, power is being abused, and it's harder to live than it probably ever has been. Yet the people in charge aren't struggling at all. They have no trouble putting food on their table, jobs for life, and yeah, they're the only ones who don't seem to struggle. when you know, everything hits the fan. Okay, I've beaten that subject to death. Sorry, but it really rang true with me. And please don't attack me for saying any of this. It's just an observation. Doesn't matter who you voted for. It's all a mess. It really is a mess. Both sides, a mess. Everywhere in the world. New Zealand, UK, Germany, America. Okay, it doesn't all stop with America. It doesn't all start with America. You know, there are older democracies than America, okay? The whole world is a mess. All governments are a mess. No one is getting it right at the moment. No one. Norway, Finland, no one is getting it right. It's a disaster out there. All right, let's end on a high note. Netflix. I was watching a great show, it was brilliant. At Home with the Furies. It's superb, it really is. If you don't know, it's about Tyson Fury. And if you don't know who Tyson Fury is, he's the lineal champion of boxing. In other words, he right now in the world, in heavyweight, is the greatest boxer. Because he's fought his way to get to each belt. He didn't win a belt that was vacated. He had to beat the champions to get there. So I think he's the only one in heavyweight. And it's just following him around. I guess it's a reality TV. I guess it's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or something. He's a gypsy in England, and his family have been, you know, always been gypsies. And it just shows him with his family and his upbringing. He's got bipolar. He's got a lot of mental health issues, and it shows it coming out. At Home with the Furies, brilliant show. You learn a lot about Tyson Fury from this. His battle with mental health issues, his perfectionism at boxing, his self-belief, his love for his family, but also his love for his fans, and his love for the sport of boxing and having something to live for, and that's boxing. Have you seen him? He's fast asleep. He is absolutely zonked, and he's nice and toasty by the fire. He doesn't need a bed. He's on lovely warm grass before anybody says he needs a bed. He doesn't. It's lovely, warm, dry grass. I know that's hard to comprehend in the city where people only have pets in an apartment, but this is how they should be, lying in the tussocks or in grass. Yeah, so At Home with the Furies. Thoroughly recommend it. I am loving this camp. I'm telling you, I mean, the temperature difference either side of this tent is extreme. There's a tiny breeze coming from under the tent, but here I am toasty. This silver surface on the awning is reflecting that heat back down on me. And I'm getting, I mean, I've had to sit. I'm now what? Half a meter away from the fire, actually. It's that hot. It's beautiful. Got my wine, got my hot chocolate, which was, I'll have to say, this is average at best. I don't recommend Aero hot chocolate. It's rubbish, actually. Don't touch it. That's weak as anything. I think it's meant to be made with milk. Actually, it probably tastes better with milk. Okay, ignore what I just said. Give it the benefit of the doubt. It does say make with milk, so it probably tastes better, but it still doesn't taste anything like an Aero bar. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for coming along on this. I'm just reveling in this camp with my canopy. Everything's so easy. I'm not dreading packing up and putting it back because it's all organized. I don't have to move battery banks around, worry about anything. This is amazing. I've got loads of lighting. Even with these, I could turn the canopy lights on the truck. I'm happy. Got everything I need, and it's not raining. It's not grim, which is a first. If I had the awning, I think it would be even warmer because it would cover this entire area. If it was raining and windy, this would be a very different experience, but I'd still make it work and I'd still make it nice because I am determined. Yeah. All right, everybody, thanks for coming. Bring you back for bedtime. Cheers. Welcome back, everybody. It's bedtime. Oh, the temperature has plummeted. I mean, it's low single digits, very low. That really caught me by surprise. Even in front of the fire, I was getting cold, and I had my down jacket on, I had the blanket on, everything, and it got cold. It's suddenly so cold out there, and there's a wet dew forming on everything. Bruno was having a whale of a time. He's worn himself out running back and forth. He found a pine cone. He had lots of fun. I've put the blanket on him because he's a bit damp, but he'll kick it off. There you go. See? What are you doing? Are you coming on your bed, Bruno? Bed. Bed, Bruno. Come on. No, not my bed. Here, Bruno. Bruno. Bruno, come on. On your bed. Bruno, here. Here, here, here. Come on. Come on your bed. Lie down. I should have left him asleep. It's because I started talking and I stroked his nose. He's fine like that. If I put the blanket on him, he just won't settle with it. He just doesn't like it. It would have to be seriously cold for him to accept a blanket. I mean, minus 10 centigrade, something like that, I guess. He's quite happy just regulating his temperature himself. As long as he's comfortable underneath. G is on this, but it's synthetic. It's not natural. So I could, you know, he's got his sheepskin rugs are in the back of the truck. That's what he lies on the back, in the rear seats. 2 sheepskin rugs. I could bring one of those in and he would definitely be happy. But also, just lying on top of all this, he ends up being fine. Oh, thank you. Anyway, it's cold. Really cold. So, this Zembivi Moto bed is so comfy. I got it wrong. It's not 20, it's 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So what is that? What is that? 1 degree centigrade. So this will be fine. I've slept in this at this temperature before, and I've been toasty warm. This is, without doubt, one of the most comfy bed systems there are. So I know I'm going to be warm in this because it's all enclosed. It's a foam mattress. It's lovely and comfy, and you can really tuck up and cinch it all over you. And I've got my pillow, so I'm going to be very comfy tonight. All right, everyone. I think it's been a great evening. I'm so glad it hasn't rained. I really enjoyed sitting out, not having to worry about the rain, everything getting wet, whatever. It's just going to be lovely. And in the morning, it's going to be superb. This is what some camping should be like. Just nice. And this is what the majority of camping for the majority of people should be like. Really lovely. They've gone out with a nice weather forecast and they want to know how to have a good time. Have the right gear. But pay attention, this was a nice, warm, sunny day. Really warm, 20 degrees centigrade. Start of spring. But suddenly the temperature plummeted overnight. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets down to about 1-2 degrees centigrade tonight. Really cold for spring here in New Zealand. So it's a big difference, and if you're not prepared, you're going to freeze all night. You'll have to sit in the truck, put your engine on, and put your heating on. So you still need the right gear. You've got to have a really good sleeping bag, really good sleep system, good pad, a good shelter. You know, don't just, and anything can happen in the middle of the night. Winds could come out of nowhere. This is a strong shelter. I love this tent. I really love this tent. It's huge inside for a 2-person tent. It's comfy. We've each got our own area. I've got all the ventilation I need if I want to. I've got more vents. I can open this one up just in case. Let it vent well. The whole top is a vent. I've got winterized doors that I can open and have even more air come through. But right now I've got them sealed up. It's vertical walls, so they're not pushing on your face. It's easy to put up. I do love this tent. And now that I've seam sealed it and tested it, I know it's waterproof. But you do have to seam seal the 2 toggles. That's it. That's the only bit that leaked last time. In horrendous rain. It was just those 2 little points. And it was tiny, drip, 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 but it ended up with a little pool. But I do love this tent. I hope Nature Hike make it as a proper tent with a proper name. And yeah, because I do love it. It is easy. It does feel like a big spacious tent. It feels nice in here. All right, everybody, I will catch you, unless something happens in the middle of the night, which I don't think it will. I'll catch you in the morning. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming again. Night, Bruno. Night, night, puppy. He's going to sleep with his head on my pillow. I know it. Middle of the night, I'll turn over and his nose will be right up against my nose. I just know it. He's so clingy. He's so huggy. And he just wants to be as close as possible. And he's so tired. He's zonked. His eyes are, oh, he's fast. He's just had such a great time on the beach. Haven't you, Bruno? Look at where he's lying. He's really nuzzled in here. All right, everybody. See you in the morning. Morning, everybody. Oh, morning. Morning, Bruno. Oh, yuck. Kiss first thing in the morning. Morning. Morning, Bruno. Morning, my lovely. Did you have a nice sleep? Did you have a nice sleep? Yes, I know you did. Oh, I had a great sleep. It's chilly. I'm at the limit of this bag, though, I tell you. I've felt it a couple of times, a little bit chilly. I wish they did a slightly warmer version of it. But I could have put his blanket on me, to be honest. That would have been fine. Look at him. What a life. Alright. Yeah, it was a nice night. Listening to the waves. Just cold. That was all really cold. This is not a warm tent because it's got a completely mesh roof. So there's no way to keep any heat in here. But I love the space and it is comfortable. But it's just not a winter tent. I could have brought my diesel heater. But last time I did that I was boiling. It's just overkill. So anyway, okay everyone. It's time for a coffee. I'll bring you back. Oh, right. You ready to go out, Bruno? I know you are. Hold on. Go on then. Oh. Wow. Oh, is that a frost? I don't know. There's a lot of dew out there. Look, the table is soaked. Hey, Bruno. What a beautiful morning. Look at my view. Oh. Look at that. Okay, coffees. Oh, okay. Hey, Bruno. Have you got your stick? Oh, what a morning. Oh, look at the cows and the baby cows. The calves. Oh, look at them playing. They're all looking at... They were fine with Bruno until I got out of the tent. Yeah, I thought they were bulls at first. I just couldn't see because it was so bright last night, but actually they're all cows. Ah, lovely. Calves playing in the morning. I agree. Man, it's cold. Okay, everything is drenched. Oh, Bruno. Even my chair, and look, there's condensation here. Just because it's so wet outside. My chair is pretty much soaked. Yeah, I'm gonna have to mop this down. I could have a fire, but I think the sun is coming up soon, I think. Where is it? It's over there. And this is why you need waterproof shoes, which is what I've got. Bruno, come, stop barking. Come on. Good boy. Look at that beach. I think a coffee and a walk on the beach is necessary. Whew. Oh, gosh. Definitely a coffee. And I've got to get the big camera out, which is in here. Right, let me get myself organized, get the big camera out, and I'll bring you back. Right, I've got the camera back. It's freezing. Oh my God, it's cold. Whew. I would put my hood up, but I hate putting hoods up. So I've got my 1010 Loft puffer jacket on, because it is that cold. Okay, let's get coffee on. And we need to do this urgently. Oh man, everything is soaked. Whew, doesn't take much. I don't know what the temperature is. Oh, actually, I've got a gauge here. °3 centigrade. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. I think the forecast said something like 8 degrees. It's a hell of a difference. A hell of a difference between 3 degrees and 4. Oh, sorry, and 8. Oh man, and there's a little bit of a breeze. But as I say, hopefully the sun will be up soon, so won't be so much of a problem. Okay. Now, Bruno will want his breakfast. Let's sort that out for him. Let me turn you down a bit. Hold on. Oh, he was sitting so nicely just then. Good boy. Right, where are you going to have this, Bruno? Do you all want to see him eat? Probably. I'm sure you don't care. You've seen him eat before. He's sitting so nicely. I've got to have him on camera. Hang on. Okay, good boy. Wait. Go on then. He's such a good boy. Okay, coffee. I mean, I don't even know if I want to sit in my chair, it's that cold. I'd have to have the blanket. I think I'm going to have to put my hood up. Shall I light a fire? If the sun is coming up in, well, 20 minutes, maybe I just suck it up, have a coffee. I haven't got gloves with me, anything. The hoodie does help. Wearing jeans is the worst thing you could be wearing in the cold. Again, I just didn't expect it to be this cold. I could always go back to bed if I wasn't filming for YouTube. Right, so let me tell you what happened in the van. So I had the Starlink on all night, and I'm now down to 25% power left. So bear in mind that, actually I can't even see the screen. Bear in mind that I cooked pizza. I've used the kettle a couple of times, 3 times. These are big drawer items. I've had the fridge running all night, and I've had the Starlink running all night, and obviously had to have the inverter running all night because I've had the Starlink running all night. So I've used 145 amp hours, and I've got 200 amp hours of battery there. So I've still got about 3 hours, 4 hours, 5. I've still got hours and hours. 25%. And if I had a decent solar panel instead of that small one, I've got a new one coming that's 300 watts and much more efficient. Then as soon as the sun comes up, it'll start charging it all again. If it really came down to it, I could just start the engine, and that charges at 40 amps an hour, which is huge. But you don't really want to be doing that. So for what I do, maybe I need another battery, another 100 amp hour battery. I'm sure you found that all fascinating. I'm going to give you a tour when the sun's out of the whole rig, everything that's here now, because there's some hidden stuff in there as well. Coffee. Man, it's cold. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back when the sun has decided to hit. Oh, but the tent did well, you know, as usual. I like this tent, I really do. There was a little bit of condensation in there, to be expected, because I had the zips, everything done up. But it did fine. Very comfy in that tent. Really comfy. I like the tent, yeah. I hope Nature Hike produce it and fix some of the minor niggles with it. So also, I used my own lights instead of the canopy lights. That would have used more power if I'd used those. So maybe I need to get one more battery. We'll see. I do run a lot of gear. And I'm going to be cooking with this morning as well, because we've got waffles and bacon. So that's going to suck the power up too. Okay everyone, I'll bring you back when the sun hits us. Thanks for coming along. Just taking Bruno down to the beach, having another coffee. Sun's still not up. And I figure down here, out of the wind, well, it's not really a wind, a breeze. Just be a bit nicer and let Bruno have a little bit of a run down here. He's going nuts up there. Oh. Check it out. Who wishes they were here right now? Maybe if it was a bit warmer. Oh, I could have lit the fire. Maybe I should have done. But the sun just looks like it's coming up soon. Bruno, what have you found? Sticks. Right. Bring you back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, the sun's out. Oh, it took ages. Honestly, that took about almost an hour. And I had to wait. Okay, so Bruno's here. He's tied up at the back here. There's no way I'm letting him run off now. There are people around. there are people going to work and they use this road to get to the logging sections, the forest. No, Bruno, stop. So he has to stay tied up now. He's had a great run. Bruno, stop it, please. Stop. Stop jumping. No jumping. Naughty. He's excited because I've suddenly started talking to the camera and it's woken him up. Bruno, stop jumping. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Just stay. Just relax. Wait. So, Bruno, stop. Enough. Just so demanding. Okay. So what I'll do is I've moved everything around to the other side of the truck. I just need to move my kettle and breakfast stuff, and we'll cook it on the back here, and that's the whole point. Is you could just, I don't have to move the truck around, I can work on all angles, I've got power sockets everywhere. So let's move around to the back and we'll cook everything up on the back there. Right. So let's get organized. I need bacon. I've got bacon, I've got my waffle oven. So what I did was, I've got the 3000 watt red arc converter, like I said, and it requires an electrician to wire it all up. So I've got power sockets, 2 at the back, 2 on that side and 2 on this side. So I've got 6 power sockets. I figured that would cover me. In all conditions, I can cook, I can use the electronics on any side and be under cover as well. So I can move this drawer right in or whatever. So let's plug in and let's get the waffle maker up. Okay, Bruno, you've got to sort yourself out. Come on, come around here. It's a good boy. He's so confused. Okay, so what we'll do is let's crank the waffle maker up and we'll do the bacon on the waffle maker. You see, and the sockets are nice and out of the way, easy to reach. Okay, let's turn this on. All right, and we want bacon in here. Bruno, come on, come around here. Okay, I need my knife. Now I might have to move Bruno because I'm actually going to trip over him. You know, he's a puppy, he doesn't know. It's not his fault, but I need to keep him out of the way. We'll see. Can you lie down, Bruno? Lie down, lie down. Because I don't know where he is most of the time. He's a trip hazard. Lie down. Go on, lie down, right down. Good boy. Lie down, stay down. And he's still in training. Someone left a comment saying that dog needs training. He's a puppy. Of course he does. He's an 11-month-old puppy. Honestly, people leave the stupidest comments. I don't know if he was joking, but I mean, here's the thing. All of you know my channel and you knew Bruce. Of course Bruno isn't Bruce yet. Bruce was 12 years old. By the time you all saw him, Bruce was 10 years old and fully trained, grown up, mature, got it all out of his system. He's a pup and needs a lot of training. I've got a lot of work to do to get him to that standard, but he's super intelligent. Now I'll tell you what, it is beautiful in the sun. I was genuinely freezing cold earlier. The air temperature is still, it's only 4 degrees, 5 degrees now, but oh, it's nice to be in the sun. Right, so we'll get the breakfast done. As soon as this is done, then I'm going to give you a tour of the whole rig because there's a lot to show you. Okay, so we're just waiting for this to... Now, I don't know how much power this uses. You see, he's under my feet. You can't see it, but Bruno's under my feet, and I'm gonna trip over him. I've got to move him. So this is using about 800 watts. Okay, so it's not that much, this waffle iron. Right, I've got to move him. I've got to get him out of the way, because I will fall over him, and then he'll get hurt, probably. So we'll put him, I don't want him to have to lie in the sun because he'll get too hot. So I'm just going to hook him up around this corner. Okay. Right, he's fine, he's got his water, he's hooked up by the tent, he's all good. Okay, let's make the waffles. It's so bright, I might need my sunglasses. I just didn't want to put them on, because then you can't see me. And I haven't put the wireless microphone on because I want you to hear the waves, because they're really nice. It's just such a beautiful, peaceful morning. Makes a huge difference to my normal camping. Right. Perfect. Okay. Right, let's get the bacon in. And we'll let Bruno have a piece of bacon. So basically, you just chuck this all in as one, and it'll break up and cook in here, but it fit. I got the piece that fits perfectly. Look at that. It's so easy. So just put it on max. I really need a bigger bin. Why did I buy such a small bin? We're going to need another coffee. Now this kettle, the reason it boils, one of the reasons it boils so fast is it's a 2400 watt kettle, so it's powerful. Now I can't run the kettle and the waffle maker together. It's too much, that will overpower the inverter. Alright, we're good. So I don't want to take my eye off this too much, so I'll bring you back when the bacon is ready. Okay, bacon is ready. Oh yeah. Look at that, lovely. That's going to be so crispy. Yum. Okay, now we're going to get the waffles in. Okay, so it's beeped. Okay. Close that. And that's it. I don't have to do anything else. So I want to put a little bit of bacon in Bruno's bowl just to cool down. He is sitting here by the tent so nicely, but that's because he's expecting something. Not too much, he's still a puppy. Couple of pieces. There we go. Right, so we'll put that here, ready for him. Okay, so I've got my bacon. Now I've got the maple syrup from Vicky in Tennessee. Just got to find it. I'm so disorganized. I've got stuff everywhere. Okay. What did I do with it? Hang on. Here we go. Bramley's signature 100% maple syrup. Oh, this is awesome. Once the sun comes out and got my food, oh, it's just, everything is good. Alright, so we're just waiting for the waffle. It's set to 6, so it should be quite a bit crispy. It's pushed all that bacon fat, it's pushed it all out onto the rim of the waffle maker, which is awesome. That's what I was hoping it would do. Just seeped out, so good job. And as soon as this is done, I'll put a coffee on and plug this in ready. Just reaches. Actually, I can put that, no, that's fine, that works there anyway. Yeah. Oh, it's so handy having these sockets wherever I want them. When you got one of those battery banks like the EcoFlow that I usually use, or used to use, you're lugging this 20 kilos? You're lugging these things around and it's really finicky. This is all, I don't have to do anything. This is what it's all about. You could fit one of these systems into a normal car, into sort of like an SUV, and just have an electrician make out the fittings and everything and put a smaller inverter. Most people don't need the size of inverter that I've got, 3 kilowatt, 3000 watt. Most people get away with 1000 watt, just a small kettle, small things like that. You get toaster, I could run a toaster off of this, anything I want, instead of having to use gas or whatever. And you can have that all fitted, custom design, and then put sockets in, it's fine. Or you can use a battery bank, either way. But the beauty of having this all plumbed in is it charges from the engine when I'm driving. So it was all good. So there are all sorts of grumbly noises coming from Bruno. And he's managed to wrap himself around a pole, so I've got to go and unhook him. Right, I'll bring you back when the waffle's done. Okay, it just beeped. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Oh. Oh. Wow. Quite possibly the best waffle I've ever made. Look at that. Okay, let's turn that off. And let's put the kettle on. Okay, let's put some lashings of maple syrup on. Ugh. Lashings. Oh yes. All right. Check that out. A beautiful breakfast of waffles and bacon with lashings of maple syrup. Right. Got my breakfast, got Bruno's. Everything is looking good. Let's give Bruno his. Sit. Sit. Sit, Bruno. Sit. Wait. Go on then. Good boy. All right. Ah, wow. This is beautiful. And I've got a table and I'm still going to end up eating on my lap because I just can't help it. It feels like I'm at camp, and I am. Bon appetit, everybody. Wow. Oh. I think we deserve this nice weather camp. Mmm. Crispy edges. Lovely bacon. Mmm. Oh, I'm in heaven. Mm. Mm. Okay everyone, and I'll eat this, and I'll bring you back for a complete tour of the rig and the truck. Thanks again for coming, everyone. Okay, welcome back everybody. Oh, I had to sit there for about 20 minutes after breakfast and just take it all in. Just beautiful. I'm starting to get warm now, so I might have to take my hoodie off in a minute. Okay, let me give you a rundown of the rig. Whew, sand flies. So you can have a look, see what everything is. So what we got our slide out drawer, which you saw last night. It can take a 10 kilo load, and that's attached to this big drawer that can take a 50 kilo load. And then I've got a 50 kilo shelf here with all my stuff in as well. Up here, I've got the inverter that converts 12 volt to household voltage, 240 volts here in New Zealand. Under there, I've got this BC-DC charger. So this is also from Red Arc. Red Arc do both of these. And the charger that's in here charges from the engine and it charges from the solar panel. So right now my solar panel is plugged in and I can see it's charging. There's an indicator light here charging the solar panel. That's a 40 amp charger from the engine. And I've got 200 amp hours of battery. So if you think about it, what is that, 5-6 hours, and you'll be, even if they're flat, of driving 5 hours, 6 hours, and they'll be full again. But with the solar panel, you can top that up and boost it quite quickly. No time at all. And I've got 2 sockets here that take, you know, normal household sockets. This M2 Overland rig also has all the lighting, as you saw last night. So I've got lighting strips. You can't really see it, but you saw it last night. I've got lighting strips up here that I control, and I've got all of these 12 volt switches here. So when my fridge arrives, that's going to be in here, big upright fridge. That'll be mounted to one of these switches here. And I could just switch it on and off from here. With anything 12 volt, you can run it through here and have it controlled from these switches. I've also got a couple of 12 volt cigarette adapter sort of things, which is with the fridge is plugged in now, and I've got some USB sockets here as well. The actual rig itself sits on a tray, which is here. So they drop this canopy onto this tray, which is bolted to the chassis. And this has got all these attachment points, which is fantastic. Down here, 30 litre water tank, crucial. 30 litres is plenty for me. It really is. That's a lot of water to get through. So that's on this side. Covers everything. I've used it so many times. I've got soap in here, wash my hands, everything. Giant mud guards. These things are enormous, but they've saved me because coming down this gravel road, the stones were flicking up everywhere and this was catching them all. And then they've moved my diesel filler tank to here. Yeah, and this thing closes and basically it's airtight. So that's it, bolted, and it runs on the central locking as well. So I can go away, lock the vehicle, and this is all locked. And there's enough room, if you had to, stand under here in the rain and do whatever it is you wanted to do. But I'm also having the awning fitted above that I've already got, so that will give me full cover as well. So let's move around to the back. Okay, so I mean, you've already seen a lot of the back already. I've got 2 household sockets up here. That's where I ran my my kettle and my waffle maker from. And you see these notches here? They're everywhere, all over the ceiling as well. So it's modular. You can move these shelving units sideways, forwards, whatever you want, and you can hook things onto all these things. Straps, I'm going to put a cargo net up here so I can just keep some things up the top here as well. I've got a plywood European grippy floor throughout the whole thing, and again this modular platform with the holes in as well. I've got my massive 1.8 meter long drawer. This thing is so cool, and look at, I mean, I've got so much gear in here. I've got spare gas cooker in here just in case I need it. I've got my worktop table here that I can use, that also you can move out of the way and get access to everything, or hook it on the front like so. That is also tight and locked in like this. Oh, which way? That way. So that's all done as well. Underneath, I've got a Heyman Reese X-Bar recovery tote ball. So there's got these red mounts on that you've probably seen. That's for just in case you have to be recovered or whatever. And then they moved my parking sensors from my bumper onto this rig. This is what M2 Overland do. And they put the camera in here, reverse camera. And then again, I've got a full lighting strip up here. And then this closes and locks in. And up here, I'm having a rear view camera put in to mount on my rear view mirror, so I can see what's behind me all the time, because obviously you can't see anything out the back of the truck now. And on the top, I've got the whole canopy roof rack with this roller on here as well. So when you're loading big items up, it just rolls on this roller here. I don't know if you can make that out really, but yeah, that makes it very easy to put stuff up. And again, it's all modular, it's all sealed, it's all completely watertight. Okay, let's do the other side. All right, so this side, I've got some more drawers. I've got a massive, again, 50 kilo deep drawer here. My batteries are behind this. They're at the back there, 2 lithium batteries. So I've got in here, I've got all my tools, anything I would need, get me out of trouble, all in here. This one is a long drawer. I've got more tools in here as well, and recovery kit, all sorts in there. A massive shelf up here where I put the Starlink last night. Sorry, where I keep the Starlink in the box. And I've got, I'll have to zoom in on this bit, hang on. So behind the Starlink router here, you can see up here, I'm not sure if you can make it out because it's pitch black, but I've got an RCD box in here that my local electrician, Thompson Electrical, installed for me. They did all these sockets, beautiful job. You have to have RCD protection when you're going for a big 3000 watt inverter like this with all these sockets, because otherwise you could electrocute yourself. So this is a safety feature. And there's an earthing point here as well. I've got my dry powder fire extinguisher mounted in here. Here I've got my toolbox with all my straps, strops, recovery gear, things like that. You can fit quite a lot of stuff in here. Doesn't quite fit my big chainsaw. So when I'm going, if I know I'm going somewhere where there could be trees down, roots like that, you've seen me use it before, this box here will have something like my chainsaw in, other bits and pieces that I need for recovery. But I mean, it's so much room, I can have several boxes. This goes all the way back as well. It's a massive space, and the reason I designed it like this was that I wanted to have the full width to put long poles and things like that, and long items just in case I do. Look at that Zempire tent that I use. It's enormous. And that thing will be just sat here perfectly, or accessible from the back. So it's just giving me full access throughout the whole thing. Again, it's all custom designed for me. You know, they've done a great job. Also here I've got an Anderson plug to plug in a charger if I want to charge the batteries at home. And then here is my temporary, well, this is a 200 watt solar blanket. To be honest, it doesn't give off 200 watts. With solar blankets or solar panels, the efficiency is quite low. I think this is probably about 21% efficiency. So this is plugged in to my Anderson socket on the top of the roof there. And just the beauty of a solar blanket, instead of having a fixed panel on the roof like most people do, With a solar blanket, you can just move it around. I've got an extension cable to plug it in as well, but you can move these things around. So like I've got this with the sun coming straight at it, it's getting full solar. If this was flat on the roof, it would probably be getting 50% of what it's getting now, if that. So definitely worthwhile having solar blankets. So this is 200 watt. I've got a 300 watt coming that will be much better, and it's got a kickstand, so you can leave it on the ground and soak it all up. Got my Starlink up there. Yeah, and look, they do things like this Ranger decal here, this fin, it says Ranger for the Ford Ranger on it. So that, I mean, that's all the M2 Overland stuff. They're based in Napier. I bought this from them. They made this for me, but I bought it from them. They are expensive. I can't remember total what this was, but you're talking for a setup like this with the electrical system in and everything else that I've got, you're talking over 30,000 New Zealand dollars. You'd have to Google that to see what that is. You're probably pushing more like 40,000 New Zealand dollars with everything in it, fully loaded. But it just turns your vehicle into a much more efficient, capable machine for camping. And then while we're talking about the rest of the truck, let's go through the rest of it. So I've got a massive LED bar up here, an Ironman LED bar. Got a Yakima roof rack and Yakima deflector that stops the wind noise. I've got my Ironman snorkel. This is kind of in case you're wading through deep water or you want to keep dust out of the engine on a really dusty area. An Ironman bull bar. These things are brilliant. Push your way through the scrub. I've had to do that loads of times. I've got an Ironman winch in here, and I've got an ultra hook winch connector that comes out, connects to anything. These are really good, very, very strong. I've got Nava Ultra 215 spotlights. They're a hybrid pattern, super bright. I mean, you know, you can see the bark burning off the trees. I got a lot of comments after my last video going up for the build, like, what is this? This is my aerial for my UHF radio. So I can listen to the logging trucks when I'm on some really ropey roads. I need to hear whether they're logging trucks coming, what they're up to. Also, if you're driving with a friend and he's got one, or you want to join up with a 4x4 community and they've all got radios, then that's what that's for. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and I'm sitting on 33-inch wheels. I'll show you those. So I'm sitting on 33-inch wheels, 33, 12.5, 18-inch wheels, 33-inch tires. I've got a 6-pot brake kit by, I can't remember who it is, Hulk, inside, so it's got massive front brakes. And my suspension, you can see this little label here, Pedder's GVM upgrade. Because I've got so much stuff running on this truck, I think a Ford Ranger is usually, you're allowed it to weigh total, with everything on it, 3,200 kilos. But with this Pedder's upgrade, which is all the suspension which is being done by Pedder's, so they've done all the shocks, the bushes, the rear suspension, the leafs, the lift kit, everything, that raises it by another 300 kilos. So this has now got a GVM, a gross vehicle mass of 3,500 kilos. That extra 300 kilos is crucial. The canopy probably doesn't even weigh that. So it's massive. It means I can load a lot more gear on, and it just floats. It absolutely floats. It feels lovely to drive, and it just absorbs all the shocks. So Pedder's, I got that done at Mag & Turbo in Blenheim, so shout out to Daryl and the guys there. They did a great job. All right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else you need to know about the truck. I think that's pretty much it. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back for breaking down camp. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so time to pack up. I've moved the truck back a bit because I wanted the sun to hit the tent a bit more, because the tent's quite wet. I mean, to be honest, I've got to put the tent up at home anyway. It's just packing it down, soaking wet is a bit grim. Right, so what we'll do is we'll pack up. So I will fast forward from now. Okay, everybody, all packed up. Come on, Bruno. Up, up. Good boy. So these are Bruno's sheepskins. So I could have brought that in, but they're really hairy and I didn't want that in the tent. That makes such a mess of the back seat already. I was going to do some drone footage, but you know what? I've done drone footage of this spot before. Go back and look at one of the others. The light just won't work now. It's too bright in the camera, and it will mess up, and it's a bit breezy, and there are other people around, and I don't like putting the drone up if other people are around. And that's why Bruno had to be tied up most of the time, because there were other people around and they were walking past and things like that, and I don't want him running off. All right, everybody, thanks very much for coming on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. We did. We had a great time, didn't we, Bruno? I want to thank everyone again for the contributions to Buy Me a Coffee, all our YouTube members, Patreon members, the super thanks, everyone who's bought merch. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for coming. I hope you like and subscribe to the channel and to the video. A lot of people don't click subscribe because they don't know that that's an option. But it does make a big difference, and please sign up to our mailing list, abcampingoutdoors.com. Just put in your email address. And also go and subscribe to AB Camping Plus. That's my other channel where I put shorter stuff on. I might put the full factory tour in that one and more detail of the how this canopy is built. I haven't worked it out yet. I still haven't done a live stream. I just don't know when I'm going to get around to doing one of those. When I do, it will be on that channel though. So thanks again, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will pick you up again soon on another truck camping video, but hopefully up in high elevation, maybe with some snow, next time on AB Camping. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Bruno. All right. Thanks again, everyone. Catch you next time.